Why are you acting like you had such a good
I come up
idea
with things and you're like, I know. That's what I'm doing.
You act like you
I'm gonna-
reinvented the fucking wheel.
You know what I'm going to do?
You know what I mean? What?
I'm going to make a compilation video of you just bullying me for a minute straight.
Yeah. Calling you Einstein. Oh. Here we are.
Episode 4.
Why is that funny
Because
to you?
I feel like episode 1 isn't really an episode. It's just a bunch of funny clips all put together.
Well, that is true. We used our best stuff in the first episode, and now here we are.
No, you
Episode
did
4.
call my feet gorilla glippers in the second one, so.
We're grasping for straws. Your feet are gorilla grippers. They are ginormous, and I refuse to look at them. And I think people shouldn't be forced to, so...
Well, I get paid millions of dollars a year for people to look at my feet, so.
You do?
Yeah.
How do you accrue that money? The world's biggest foot competition?
No, I think it's like, it's not Feet Finder, but it's a type of website like that.
Wiki Feet.
Oh, Wiki Feet.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Welcome back to, oh God, please, not another podcast.
Welcome. I think the first few, we're finding our footing, and now we're starting to hit a roll. Hopefully people like them. I'm trying to edit them down as much as possible because there's a lot of ramblings and just nothingness that comes from this side of the table, and I feel like a lot of the things I say are pertinent and important to the podcast.
Josh found his God complex this morning, and he is running with it.
Yeah, it's weird how I go between absolutely no confidence at all and the most confident person you've ever met in your life.
Literally, I called him yesterday after the gym, and he was like, I just don't know about this. And I'm like, well, we got to keep going with it. I'm literally the only reason why Josh is still alive.
That is true. You are it's crazy because you are the reason I'm still alive and also my 13th reason why.
We like the push and pull.
Yeah, right, exactly. I feel like we that's it. We're just kind of like magnets, when you're going one way, I'm pulling you back, and then vice versa.
Anyways, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was uneventful, actually, which is nice. I think sometimes it's nice to have something. Or did I do something this week? And you're looking at me like I did something.
I don't know if you. I don't know.
I don't think I did.
Nothing?
No.
You did nothing?
I really. Hold on. This just can be cut, or we can just leave this in. I just want to go back and see. Where was I at?
Did anything?
Yeah. Friday. No, I did nothing this weekend.
You know what? But those are always good weekends.
I text the taco truck guy by my house. That's what I did. And
are
I
some
said,
good
"Are you
tacos."
open?" He said, "No." And he said, "Okay, see you soon." We have each other's numbers. I call and he says, "Hello, Josh." And I say, "Hi."
Man, those breakfast burritos are really good, though.
They really are. Yeah, they're filling. You stay full for a minute on them.
Yeah.
How was your weekend? What did you do?
I went to a wedding Friday night.
Oh yeah, I did. That was the highlight of my weekend. Just kidding. The text I got from you was so funny. I didn't understand it, but after hearing about it, I understood it. You go. Brailey says, "Help! I'm so drunk. Drink girl on a drink world. Threw up so much." And then you sent me a video of you being drunk and Tom just doing his usual Tom things that he does.
Tom farting on the freaking camera. I don't drink a lot. I'm a go big or go home kind of gal. And we all know I love to go home. So if I go big, I have to go big. And when I am at a wedding, my drink of choice is wine.
Yeah.
And
they've been doing that for centuries.
Yeah. I was dead. I was so drunk. At one point I did throw up and Tom thought I turned on the bathtub.
Wow. That heavy water flow coming out of that.
And so I was down for the count Saturday, Sunday, part of Monday. I'm just now feeling better.
Dude, I just thought of an amazing idea about a vampire movie, and it could be called Down for the Count. Think of a
like Count Dracula.
Yeah, with Count Dracula.
Down for the, and it's like a spicy movie about people who are down for Count Dracula.
Like, yeah, I'm down for the Count.
Oh my gosh, I'll write it into like some kind of movie producer. I'm sure somebody will take it. That sounds like a.
It might get picked up on like a Cinemax or something.
Yeah,
like
well, no, it sounds like a porn title.
Yeah, right. I know.
Oh my god,
that's what I was gonna say. Eventually, a vampire porn.
That would be so
down
funny.
for the count.
I know we just talked about books, but I just finished the worst book ever.
Really?
It was called.
Tell me about it. Do you think people will agree, or do you think there's gonna be people out there that are
There are
like,
some people who do give this book 5 stars.
Really? Okay.
And I had the ick so hard because
the ick almost makes some people get the ick saying the ick.
Okay, I had the grossness almost the whole time. It was called Bride, and it was a vampire and werewolf romance.
Oh, between the two, yeah.
It's not Twilight. Okay, how do I say it?
But Twilight adjacent.
I'm about to say all this. You can't cut it because it is gonna get kind of gross. Real quick.
Oh.
This vampire girl had to marry this werewolf guy who apparently is hot, but the problem is that they have like a lot of animosity, like their tribes, whatever, hate each other.
Oh, well, everybody knows the vampires and the wolves.
And the wolves just hate each other.
They just don't go together. They're not like wine and weddings or peanut butter and jelly.
No.
They're like the antithesis of that.
It is, it is milk to a lactose intolerant person.
Yeah.
So it was fine and dandy until they finally had sex. And there is the weirdest thing called nodding. And if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about, nodding. It is something that a were has that when he's about to, it expands. And I almost didn't finish it, but I was like 70% of the way done. I was like, maybe it'll get better. It didn't. It didn't. It was so bad. I hated this book so much that I would use it as toilet paper. I hated it so much. But I read it. Don't read it.
Are you kidding me?
It's called Bride by Allie Hazelwood. No, I'm not kidding you.
The things that you put into your mind, and that explains why you are who you are. But
now I'm onto a book that's literally making me get giddy and kick my feet up like a little girl because I'm like, I'll talk about it next time. It is so good.
Tell me more about the things you hate. That makes me get into a place of nodding.
Okay. Oh God, Josh! Ugh! If you read this book, you would be so disgusted with yourself.
I know. Trust me, I am.
Oh my gosh!
I am disgusted hearing about it, and
it's not. It's like KNOTTING.
Yeah.
So I gave the book a review, and I was like, "This is not good." With
a K, yeah.
OT.
I imagine it being something sort of a Avatar-esque, intertwining.
I've never watched Avatar.
Oh, really?
But if there was no tentacles or anything like that.
Yeah.
They had like the
Some people like tentacles.
Human biology. They just like one could shift and one could suck blood.
Okay. Well, now that we got that out of the way,
thank you for
maybe
coming
we
to
should
Brailey's
just cut
Book
that
Corner.
whole thing.
No, don't cut it. The people need to know.
Do you think people are all going to become better people from knowing that information?
Yes, to not read that book. Don't subject yourself to it. I am telling you right now.
Said, don't read this book. But you had to give the.
I have to tell you why though.
Oh, do you?
It felt like somebody read Twilight backwards and then was like, this is definitely how this is going to go. I don't know. It's just horrible. I hated it so much.
I wonder if that is, when was that written? Because we were talked a while ago about like fan
this
fiction.
Year. It came out this year.
Okay. So I wonder if that is like some kind of fan fiction.
Yeah, probably.
The vampire and the wolf. I don't know.
I love fantasy though, but this was not it.
Yeah. Fantasy can be a dangerous thing. And that seems to be where you headed with that.
Yeah.
Was a place that nobody wanted to go. No man's land. Well, do we want to get into, we put out 3 questions on Instagram. Do we want to get into some of those.
What should we start with?
So we had 3 questions. The first one was, what
is your red flag that you look for?
Oh yeah, what is your red flag?
Like an unreasonable one. That's kind of stupid.
And then what was the other 2 questions? We'll just get those.
It was conspiracy theories that you believe,
right?
And then a hill you'll die on.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we should start with our red flags. I think also if we just go to, I don't know if that's easier for you to pull it up that way, but if you go to the actual question it has everybody's thing as well.
Some of these we can't read. Some of y'all are unhinged.
Yeah, I would say that before you told me the story of that book, and now I believe that you're also unhinged.
Let's start with red flags. Well, first, what's your red flag? That is just
my red flag. I told it to you, but now I'm trying to think. There was red flag. There was conspiracy theory and hill you would die on. My red flag was. Do you remember what it was? I don't remember.
Hold on, I could look it up real quick. You we're dotting. Okay, Josh's red flag are people who are unaware of their surroundings.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did that because Brailey is very unaware of her surroundings at all times.
I feel like I am aware of my surroundings because I'm a woman, but 2, because that's makes me angry, really, really blood boiling angry, especially at Target or something when you're walking and somebody
people don't know,
or if they like stop right in the middle of an aisle, and like don't move to the side.
I actually had that happen to me the other day at Walmart, and I told you about it. And I was like, man, this is insane. So I live, outside of Nashville, to like in a town where there's a lot less teeth. And there's a lady in front of me. I'm on a cracker aisle, and that's like actual like Ritz crackers. I'm not the whole place would be. It's the cracker Walmart. But this lady's going down the aisle on her cart, and she just keeps stopping right where I need to go. And I don't know what she's doing. She's just kind of like, she's not even looking at the stuff, but I'm just like, she pulls up a little bit more, and I like, these crackers I wanted are on the bottom shelf, and she's just like an inch past it on her cart. And so I'm like, and there's a guy behind me too, and he's kind of seeing what I'm doing. I'm just like, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to reach and grab these crackers because I'm not going to tell this lady to move. She didn't have a kind face. And she just, the whole demeanor was a little like, man, So I was like, I'm going to reach in here just like right behind her, like very quietly, and grab these crackers. Well, she decides in the 15 minutes that she's been on this aisle, she decides at that very time, she's going to reach back down and grab the crackers. And as I'm grabbing them, she grabs my hand and goes, ah! And I go, ah! And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to grab these crackers. And I scared her because I think she, blindly was back here grabbing and just thought there was a hand coming out of
They literally held hands.
Yeah, I held hands with a strange lady in Walmart.
That was the beginning of a new romance book I'm reading.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What would our version of nodding look like?
So gross. So gross. No, but yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah. Yeah. People are just who are not aware of their surroundings. And maybe that's some sort of trauma thing where you just are like more like aware, like of things.
Somebody made a good point on a video once that was like this person had run into them while they were doing a street interview.
Yeah.
And the interviewer was like, doesn't that piss you off? He was like, no, we're just always living in our own world.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
And I try to be more aware of that, but some people are just stupid.
I mean,
me too, but mostly everybody else.
Yeah.
My red flag is going to offend people, but anybody who has a goatee, I don't trust. I don't trust goatees. I hate them goatees. So. Or just the little hair on the
just the chin, yeah.
Or just a chin strap. Grow a beard or don't.
A chin strap.
Grow up.
So when we goatees,
it's just around the mouth.
Yeah.
It looks, when a kid eats like too much ice cream and it's just always around the mouth. That's what I think of.
But they just ate too much hair.
And it just stuck to their face. Yeah. What were you doing?
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate goatees so much. Don't have them.
You know what's interesting to me is the soul patch. Just
the landing strip, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, are you on your way to a slam poetry meeting? What are
You have to have a lot of trauma just to have a soul patch.
Just soul patch, yeah.
So
and
weird.
I often find that the people who have soul patches, I wouldn't say that they're soulful people.
No.
You know, like
No.
it's usually a very plain Jane.
Person like that has no soul patches. Just if you're gonna have facial hair, I'm still on the fence about a mustache. Some people could do it, some can't. Some look like a little bit pedophilia, and then some like pedophiles, and then others look hot.
Yeah, I feel like when I do the tiny little pencil mustache, that's when I shine, you know. I've sent you that picture
and
before.
Every mom is so happy to have you on the playground.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we're happy you're here. You just have to stand 500 feet away. You can wave.
Earlier today, we're texting with our friend Ryan, who actually introduced me and Josh to begin with.
Yeah.
And this was funny. That's made me laugh out loud. We were talking about kids because Ryan had a baby girl, and I was like, I haven't even met your kid yet. And Josh goes, if I were allowed around children, I'd want to meet them too. It's not a legal thing or anything. It's just that Courtney says I talk to them like little adults, so I'm not allowed to anymore. And I put, what the fuck you crying for?
Yeah.
He said, basically, I tell them they need to talk to their therapist and work on their emotional regulation. I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
true.
funny. That is really
It's funny because in college, like when you take like developmental psychology or anything, you know, they're like adults can emotionally regulate, children can or whatever, you know, and like, but it is funny to
just get to therapy. 2-year-olds crying and like go to therapy.
You need to work on your emotional regulation. I think, yeah.
All right. So here are some things that y'all said. Obviously, I'm going to agree with this one. Mouth breathing. It's okay if you breathe on your mouth, but if you're going
Yeah.
that is so gross.
I get that. Some people, you know, need a CPAP machine just in their day-to-day life, not even when they're sleeping. It would behoove them.
My dad has a CPAP machine.
Does he?
Yeah.
My mom has one.
He, at one point we found out that he was waking up like every 30 seconds because he wasn't breathing.
Don't you get nervous at that? Like, you might be doing that?
I probably am. I'm tired all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You are?
I think something's wrong with me.
Really?
Yes. Okay, let's see here. I'm not going to read this armpit one. Okay, they drive a Jeep Wrangler. What's your take on that? What is a car that gives you like red flag vibes?
A car that gives me a red flag vibes.
Like a girl or a guy are driving it.
A Nissan Altima.
Why?
Those are the cars that have typically almost ran me off the road many times. I have a distrust of Nissan Altimas. That's all. Like it doesn't.
You just have this like weird distrust in them.
Yeah, and it's always, you know, there's like one headlight missing, and like there's you know, different colored paints happening, oxidation on the car. Yeah, I don't know. But Jeep Wranglers, I'm not a big fan of the Jeep brand. I think they're not reliable cars. I think they break a lot, and
I actually can attest to that.
Yeah, you had one.
I had a 2-door one and then a 4-door one, and I will never go back to a Jeep Wrangler. They're too loud. If you turn the wrong way, you're going to flip. I have flipped a Jeep before. And I just, you know.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, I wasn't the one driving, actually, so I didn't flip it. An ex-boyfriend did.
Oh.
My red flag car is a Mustang.
Yeah?
Yes.
What is it
like
about
a GTO.
Mustangs? Well, GTO
is a Mustang, right?
Different car.
What are those? Not Mustangs?
No.
What are they? What are those? Oh, a Dodge
GTO,
Ram. A Dodge.
A
Dodge,
GTO
right?
is its own car, and yeah, I mean a GT.
Let me see a GTO real quick. Let me see if this is... No, I want a new one.
A Pontiac GTO. Pontiac doesn't exist anymore. So
I know a new GTO.
I know, and Pontiac makes GTOs, and those don't exist
anymore. Oh, okay. Then what am I thinking of? A Dodge.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of a. See, they don't exist anymore. You're probably thinking of a Dodge Charger.
Charger, that's what it is. Don't trust anybody who drives one of those.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll find it.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it. I hate them. I hate them so much because a lot of times people make them loud for no reason.
Yeah. That's true. Here's a red flag. Being from HTX,
Houston,
which
Texas.
if you don't know that, that's Houston. If he plays for a sports or supports any other sports team other than the Astro, it ain't working. Which is weird for me because I have always been a huge supporter of the Sugarland Space Cowboys. So
She's from Sugarland.
yeah, well, I don't know why wouldn't she support the Sugarland Space Cowboys? They are a fantastic minor league team.
Well,
and,
she probably does, right?
well, she said nobody but the Astros.
To be fair, I can support this in the sense that I would never, I mean, I'm married now, but I would never date somebody who liked Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
I had an ex-boyfriend in college that got a job offer got accepted for a master program at Auburn University. And I was like, you cannot go. I will not be with you.
Wow. It's cool to know that you held somebody back from their dreams like that.
You know what? He cheated on me, so I guess I deserved it.
It's
Ooh.
the fact that I don't want...
Not wearing a hat all the way down on his head. That pisses me off.
I kind of like to wear it like that.
Don't do
That's kind of... And I like to do Milady, you know? That's... What about...
You know, you look like that guy. He's Canadian.
Kevin Smith.
Is that who I'm thinking of? Let's look.
From Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
Yeah.
You kind of look like him. A little bit. You're better looking.
Wow. Thanks.
But what are they hiding under there? That's what I want to know.
Under
Their
the
hat.
oh,
Like when it's
their
just
broccoli head. The one, you know, that's where all the broccoli is, you know.
we have a lot of people come into the store, especially during college spring break. There's a lot of fraternity bros, and all of them, it was like kind of tilted forward where the hat was like this. We actually had to stop somebody to see if they stole from us.
Is that it?
A little bit higher. A little bit higher.
I don't think it can go in here.
There you go.
Yeah. This actually feels great.
Oh.
I think I would.
Okay.
And also, it's just interesting because I mean, you can't drive in a convertible with a hat like that. You can barely walk without any kind of wind taking the hat off, you know?
That's true.
You
just want to be a douche.
Why would you want to lose your hat?
I don't know. Okay.
Just
You
wear
want to
your
read the
hat
next one?
like the good Lord intended.
You know, in the Bible, when he wrote that passage.
About hats. Somebody said, okay, here's a goatee. Somebody said wearing hey dudes, which I don't really care that much about. But
What are hey dudes?
they're like those like loafer looking shoes, but they're like fabric a lot, I think, all the time. Mm-hmm. They're like, you know, they're like boat shoes, you know.
Oh, I remember those were really, really popular in like 2008,
I used to
right?
wear like Sperry's and stuff like that.
Did you ever wear wallabies?
No.
Also known as the ankle breakers?
No.
I sprained my whole ankle walking to class one time because my whole foot went. I know.
Wow, that sounds terrible. This one says,
oh, she said dry as a Mustang. They're the worst.
yeah, I know. Yeah. What is this one? Anons, please. Clubbed fingernails.
What are club fingernails?
I don't know.
We have to look it up.
Yeah, look up club fingernails while we're. This one says in a frat or a sorority, which I get. I think Brailey was a sorority girl.
I wasn't. I was not in a sorority.
Oh, you weren't?
Nope. I was not.
I can picture you pledging though. You feel like you have that like no, you know what? That's a red flag for me too. Clubbed fingernails. That looks
those
like
are landing strips for planes.
That looks like an uncircumcised dick. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my God, look at this one.
Yeah.
Now, are they born this way or they make my God.
Do you think like a rabbi could maybe get the stuff off around them or what?
Oh God, ew. I I agree a little bit with frat and sorority, but I had a lot of friends that were in sororities that I like.
Yeah.
But we all know how.
This one was my favorite. It was our first one that came in. So what's a red flag for you? And my buddy said, probably if they kill someone in my immediate family. I would say, yeah, that's a good red flag.
Well, you took that literally.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have any on this ick one.
Yeah.
That is so funny. You have funny friends.
I do.
I have interesting friends too.
You have interesting friends. That is for sure. I've met some of them.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Someone said when they say especially instead of
especially
especially.
Or espresso.
Yeah.
Or library.
Library. I set that up until I was like 17.
Yeah.
I didn't. But I did.
That's because none of the books you read are in the library.
I mean,
no need to know the word, you know?
There was one time, I think I was maybe kindergarten, first grade, and I used to say napkin.
Yeah.
And I remember in elementary school, you had to raise your hand in the cafeteria if you wanted something. You weren't allowed to get up. And this teacher came around.
Did you go to school in North Korea?
Kind of. I grew up in the South, so yeah. But she came around and I go, "Can I get a napkin, please?" And she looks at me and she goes, "Napkin." And I was like, "A napkin?"
And I would have been like, "Bumpkin, get me a napkin,
bitch. Give me a napkin." This one's funny to me. My friend said they say a trendy phrase like they came up with it.
Oh, yeah. You were doing that earlier.
No, I wasn't.
With Fergalicious. You're saying that's so Fergalicious. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Fergie in 2005 came up with that.
I did not. I said
she didn't. She made something else.
For glamorous or something.
For glamorous.
Like
but you can see how I got the Fergalicious from
Fergalicious definition. Make them boys go loco. Nobody knows
the words of the song.
Pleasy. I am so son of it easy. Yeah, and Fergie doesn't know the words to the national anthem.
I don't even think she knows the words of her own songs.
I know. Okay, and last but not least, chewing with the mouth open.
I did that the other night at the escape room just to make you.
I almost killed you. Hey,
I started doing. I knew it bothered you, and just like a big brother, as soon as like I caught on to that, I was like, well, I'm not going to close my mouth the rest of the time of being
like, we're sitting there listening to me and Josh. I got Josh into escape rooms.
I know. I kind of like them.
They're really fun. If you haven't done them, go do them. And we're listening to the instructions, and Josh is just going,
I'm just smacking on a piece of juicy fruit.
Oh my God. My skin crawls. I hate it.
Yeah, no, it's funny is like I have a little sister and she also hates like mouth noise. So like that was the funniest thing is breakfast in the morning when you're eating cereal and you're just slurping the milk.
Oh my God. There's nothing that's going to ruin my day faster.
It's so funny.
Sometimes Tom, sometimes the way the food sloshes in his mouth is enough for me to divorce him. Like, I hate it. Oh my gosh.
Tom,
I'll look at him. I'll be like, what? Yeah. You have to stop. Or
I just want to know what Tom was like before he met you.
He's literally the same. Oh, before he met me.
How do you know?
Well, I think I brought him out of his shell just a tad.
Yeah.
He says like 5 words per day.
He's pretty reserved, yeah.
He's very reserved. I
feel like he would make like a good Abraham Lincoln in a local play.
Because he'd be dead?
Just he's sturdy and steadfast, you know. All right.
And I could get him to go to a play.
Yeah, right. I said to Brailey, because she showed me one of her ex-boyfriends, I said, "Oh, that's funny. You probably have always dated guys with night," because he had a 6-pack in the picture, and Tom, her current husband, has a 6-pack as well. And who knows what the next one will have.
Yeah. Well, I was informing him that I had a boyfriend in high school my senior year that didn't have a 6-pack. He was a little chubby boy and he was mean to me. And Josh was like, "Did you deserve it?" Anyways, but I was talking about how crazy he was. And if you want to talk about icks, this is the biggest ick of them all. Are you ready for this, everyone? He lied about having a dead brother.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's...
And like I started putting like the pieces together because there was no pictures in his house of like his brother, his parents.
Was he like, my parents just don't want to remember?
Yes,
Really?
that's all he said.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. I'm pretty manipulative myself. That's where I would have done.
Oh my God. If I like, it was to the point where if I was crying in front of him, he'd be like, well, at least your brother's not dead.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Okay, so finally I was on his computer one day and I can't even, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. On his background of his computer was his brother's car crash.
What?
So I reversed Google image that shit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
That's crazy.
It wasn't.
You're like, why would you have your brother's
Literally.
car?
And he'd be like, it's just a reminder.
He had somebody Photoshop it with like the dove above it. With like, from 1985
literally.
Yeah.
So I put all the pieces together and
That's
he
crazy.
came over one day and I was like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And he was like, what? And I was like, I don't believe that you had a brother that died. And he goes, you think I would fucking lie about that? You are absolutely insane. You know, gaslighting me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just don't believe it. Nothing adds up. This is weird. You have no photos of him. I've never had seen a photo of him.
Right.
And he was like, I'm leaving. And
He's like, he looks like me, but older.
Yeah, and dead.
I just describe him to you. Yeah. Little blue in the face nowadays.
But he leaves. He breaks up with me and he leaves. And I'm like, all right, good riddance.
Yeah.
But comes back like 2 hours later with a like piece of paper, notebook paper. And on the notebook paper is everything he's ever lied to me about.
Oh.
And it was like front, back.
I thought he was gonna fake a death certificate on it. He's like, my brother is dead.
Oh, my brother is dead.
Yeah.
Date of death, that one Monday morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had an ex-boyfriend lie to me about that.
That's insane. That's absolutely
He was crazy.
insane.
He broke my foot one time. This was actually on accident. He didn't beat me.
Oh, well, let me go.
I was wearing wallabies.
Did you deserve it?
I was wearing wallabies and he like tackled me. I guess it was a little abusive. And my wallaby got stuck in the carpet and my foot went back and I broke my foot. And I remember I heard the pop and he goes, I did not break your foot. And I go, no, I think you just broke my foot. And I was in so much pain.
Dude.
Went to the
Wow.
hospital the next day, got it x-rayed. It was broken.
It was broken.
And he was like, I didn't do that. And I was like,
oh my gosh. You're
what?
like, what? That's crazy.
oh gosh.
It honestly makes so much sense that like you ended up marrying who you married.
Yeah,
like,
I
after
know.
hearing some of those stories.
He's the most normal person
Yeah.
ever. But that might be my biggest ick is if you lie about a dead brother.
Yeah, that's a big ick. If you break my foot and then insist that you didn't do it. I feel like that's up there with some of the icks or red flags, you know.
I just can't.
Those are a lot of red flags.
I could
Yeah,
do
you
it.
almost swung the opposite way. Like Tom is almost too nice.
Yeah, he is really there.
Like I feel like you need. That's why I am kind of glad to be in your life because I feel like you need a little bit of bullying to put, to just have a good balance of in your life.
I could seriously. I told Josh that I'm going to make a compilation of a full minute of Josh just bullying me.
I don't even do it
intentionally.
Well, no, I do it intentionally. It serves a purpose,
No, I do it intentionally.
Yeah, I'm very intentional about it. I choose my words very wisely.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so happy that
you bully me.
I don't bully you. Shut the fuck up, Josh.
Yeah. You know what? And it always comes out. Her bullying. People think mine is light in like a jestful kind of way, where we've played shows before, and people have come up to me after and apologized on her behalf.
Oh wait!
Saying,
God!
saying, I'm so sorry that she said that to you, and I was like,
okay,
me too. They're like, do you know her? And I'm like, no, she's a stranger. I've never met her before.
No, that was one show, and he had a show with me and Anna McElroy and Haley. I forgot her last
Starts
name.
with a V.
Yeah, she's great. And I just was a little bit mean to Josh in a joking manner, and some woman thought that me and Anna were seriously being mean to him.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
it was.
bless.
I felt bullied on stage. There have been times, you'll say, "Do you ever shut up when I?"
Sometimes
Can
you
you
just need a
imagine
reality check.
if I said that to you? People would.
Okay. First of all, I sent him a meme yesterday. Please hold. I sent him a meme on Instagram yesterday. If you want to talk about his type of bullying. Oops, that's my bookshelf Instagram. Excuse me. All right. Let's go to it real quick. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, here you are.
I don't.
It was a meme, and it said, it was actually a news article. It said Planters, the peanut company, said Planters is looking for peanutters to drive the Nutmobile. And he said, wasn't the Nutmobile your nickname in college?
Oh, that's funny though.
I just said I hate you. What did you?
That's what you said, and I always come up with a different nickname for you in college. You're like, some lady the other day gave me a dime from 1852 or whatever, and she's like, they're actually called half dimes, and I was like, wasn't half dime your nickname in college? I said a Georgia 10, but an LA 5,
Okay, we're talking about bullying here. So
Yeah.
who's the real bully?
See, mine are funny though.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
The Nutmobile.
That was a funny one. You did a good job on that. That was really funny.
Oh man.
All right.
We have fun, man.
Yeah,
I feel like we always have a good time.
We do have some funny moments.
We have a fun time. Actually, honestly, this is, and people probably don't know this because whoever's watching this probably are parents. But this kind of came out as we played together a lot, and people always talked about like, you guys are so funny. Like if you had a TV show, we'd watch it or whatever. And this is our little makeshift TV show that we have right now.
And maybe they will have do you remember Drake and Josh? They'll have Brailey and Josh.
Brailey and Josh. Produced by Dan Schneider.
Here's another one where you bullied me. It's when I posted on Instagram that I'm related to Helen Keller, and Josh replied with, "Deaf, dumb, and blind is how I've always described you." So that checks out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
All right, let's get into our next.
Didn't I say like the first time I heard you sing, I knew you were related to Helen Keller?
Yes.
Oh man,
Such an ass.
There's so many funny ones. Oh, we should make a book. All right.
Josh bullying Brailey, part 1.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so
10-part series.
Our next.
The Stallion she posted.
We found out that Josh loves.
I love Megan the Stallion. I'm a big fan of her work and extracurriculars, whatever,
Is it her work or is it her ass?
No, I'm like, I listen to like Megan the Stallion like a lot. Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that about you.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
I know.
Alrighty.
It's either like, old French jazz music or Megan the Stallion. There's no in between.
That's a pretty broad spectrum right there.
Yeah. Well, I embrace the spectrum. All right.
You are on the spectrum.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
a little bit.
So our next prompt is Hill You'll Die On.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, we
what
got
is
some
yours?
good ones.
What is yours first?
The hill I will die on is, I remember this one because I grew up working in my family's restaurant, and I remember this happening all the time because they're in Palm Springs, particularly a lot of old people, in that area. And they would always do this thing where they come in 10 minutes before you close. The restaurant has already started breaking down 30 minutes prior to this, maybe an hour prior, because they're, it's slowing down a lot. They'll come in and then they'll place a big order and just sit there, and then people just have to hang out. You have to get things back out. It's people who come in 10 minutes before close at a restaurant should legally get the death penalty.
I actually agree with you on that one because I work retail.
Right. And that's annoying.
Let me tell you this real quick.
And you don't even have anything to break down.
Josh had pickled onions for
I had
lunch.
pickled onions.
He's perfect to the side.
And I'm trying to just get him out of here,
I had a woman come in. It was 5 minutes before close.
Yeah.
She was with a friend, and she goes, "What time do you close?" And I said, "Oh, we close at 5." It was
in
a Sunday.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Well, I said we close at 5, which is in 5 minutes. I didn't say which is 5 minutes. She goes, "Oh, at 5? Okay, great. We have at least 15 minutes."
And you said,
I go, "That's not
you
how."
clock a little slow.
That's weird.
It's weird. Our phones all run on satellite, so I think we all have the same time.
I was so mad. People do it all the time. We had somebody come in last week. We close at 9, by the way. You have all day to come in. All freaking day to come in.
Yeah, and you're wearing one of your guys' collections right now.
I work for the Nash collection.
The
Preds clinched the playoffs. Anyways.
Great. I think it's awesome that we have a team called the Predators here.
I think about that often.
The Nashville
especially when we're at the arena.
Yeah,
and they're
especially
like, let's go Predators.
Yeah. And then just a bunch of guys that can hear it like at the jail, just like a few miles down the road.
They're like,
yeah. I know. I think it's always funny when the Preds donate something to the park, and it's like, this was donated by the Predators,
or like the Children's Hospital.
You're like,
oh, bless
the only
heart.
time we allow predators in the hospital.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I had somebody come in. It was about 10 minutes before. No. It was about 3 minutes, and I put on closing time. Time, and this guy walks in, almost kind of mad, and he was like, "I think we got the hint." And I was like, "Great, that was the point." Anyway, don't freaking go inside a retail place or a restaurant 30 minutes before close.
Dan
Don't
Wilson,
do it.
who was the founding member of Semisonic, who wrote Closing Time, he wrote a bunch of songs on the new Stapleton album. He's a great songwriter. He's written so many things that you've heard before.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't do that. I hate that. I actually have a tradition here on Friday where I play Finally Friday by George Jones every Friday.
Sing a little clip of it.
It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. Finally Friday. No?
All right. Next.
Out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll. I got a little sugar baby up the road.
Just keep going.
No.
That was perfect. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
My hill that I would die on. If you go to an airport and you are not wearing socks through security, you should go to jail. Death penalty as well. And you don't even get a last meal either. It is so gross to me that people will walk on that nasty ass ground in bare feet.
I get that.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Bring socks and put them on, then take them off. You're wearing flip-flops.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting move for sure.
This is actually an interesting one, and I would love your opinion on it. You don't have to wash your hands if you only pee.
Oh, I actually just saw Dwight from The Office. What's his name? I can't think. Rainn Wilson. He was just talking about this. He's like, why would I wash my hands after I pee? He's like, it's like I don't wash my hands after I shake your hand or whatever. He's like, it's just it's flesh just touching another part of clean flesh.
But it's your penis.
Yeah, I mean, I personally wash my hands, and that's just because that's how I was raised, is just to wash my hands after. Like I probably overwash my hands. I actually have some cracking knuckles because of how much I wash my hands.
You should get some Aquaphor for that.
I should. You know, it's weird. This is on this hand. I don't know why.
You just scrubbing this one as hard as you can?
Well, I am right-handed.
Anyways.
I don't know. I don't really think that's why, but I isn't that weird though? Yeah, I don't know why I get like.
Yeah, you do have really. Wow.
Right.
This is like a baby's butt, and that's like an old man's butt.
What? Yeah. I literally don't know why. Brailey.
You might have a skin condition.
On just my left knuckles?
Maybe eczema?
I try to go in there and scrub them with the like salt scrub and stuff. And
It's all right. Nobody's touching your hands and being like, ew. But I think the point
Nobody
of washing your
touches me
hands
at
after
all.
you pee is it's like an opportunity for you to wash your hands.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And his point was like, urine sterile, all this stuff, like even if you, I'm like,
But you're still touching the bathroom handle.
Right. And that's the thing that grosses is just like, it's really like everything. I get it, like skin on skin, whatever. Like I get that, but like, yeah, it's all the things that surround it. I'm like, you're touching like a handle that a million hands have touched, like coming in, going out, like the sink. Like
It's just time to wash your hands.
I'm super big.
Oh my God. I feel like that's gonna waft over here at any
Yeah,
second.
it will. I'm super big on I love when places have a trash can by the bathroom, like the door to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you can have, take the paper towel
And
open it and then,
Yes, I
dude,
love that.
chef's kiss. Whoever sets up places like that, you're doing great.
Yeah, seriously, we love you. This one is actually from one of my friends. She is not a Swiftie at all, but I think she makes a really good point here, so don't come for me. It says, Taylor Swift isn't a great singer. We've just grown up with her, so she is nostalgic.
That's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't say, like, it depends. I think she does her thing, you know.
I love her.
Yeah, I think she does her thing really well. I mean, I guess if you're talking about technically great singers, like it's one of those things that like it's subjective, like so much in music.
I will say she's grown a lot vocally.
Oh yeah,
Because
like,
when
if
she
you listen
first
to those,
started, I was like, how?
beginning of the records, like before they even released the non-gay version of that song, Yeah. Tell your friends you're gay. I like when people take that clip and put it out.
You're gay. You're gay.
You're gay.
I will always, she was not good when she was younger. And I will say that with my full chest because I went and saw her in concert and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was so confused by it. But then as she got older, obviously she got the training and and I like her music. Her music is fun. I dance to it.
I think what's so funny is I have a buddy and he shows me like the old emails from her and stuff. And
Really?
like, yeah. And they're just like really funny because she's like, maybe you'll pick up on some subtle hints in this song. And like things like that. And I was just like, that's
So she's
funny.
always been dropping Easter eggs, I guess.
Yeah. She's been dropping Easter eggs
But
since she was celebrating Easter.
I do think that there is a nostalgic part for our generation with her because I mean she's been around since 2006 and she's never stopped making music. There is a nostalgic to her and we grew up with her and she's kind of always stayed the same in the sense of just like
I feel like she's really consistent,
She is.
And that's honestly, that's a lesson that everybody, I think, who's in music or some kind of entertainment can learn. Like consistency over time, like pays off.
Yeah. Like,
Truly.
except for JoJo Siwa.
I'm not going to say, who is this JoJo SeaWorld that you keep talking about?
Wait, have you seen the clip yet of somebody asking her, like, who would be your dream guest on the podcast? And she's like, dream guest on my podcast? Let's spice it up a little bit. One of my exes.
No, but that
So
sounds
bad.
cringy to me.
Anyways, it cracked me up.
I saw somebody do a stitch with JoJo Siwa and Donnie from the Wild Thornberries was like, and I commented on it. I was like, somehow Donnie seems less manic than JoJo Siwa.
Like, how do you feel about this one?
What?
Hot dog is not a sandwich. What is it? I would never thought of it as a sandwich, but what
I
would
think
you call
it's
it?
a white person taco.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's some bologna between some white bread, really. It's just.
Yeah. Also, I would almost think of it as a sub sandwich almost, but it depends if it's
Could be
just
a hoagie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a hot dog sounds so. We should go to Costco and get some hot dogs.
We should go to Daddy's Dogs. Get some hot dogs.
Daddy's dog.
I'm not going to lie. I was there yesterday.
Were you?
I went in to get the pickled onion sandwich yesterday, and it was just so insanely busy in 51st Deli that I walked out. I was like, screw it, I'm going to Daddy's Dogs. And then Sean was there, so I met up with him for a second. And
He is so funny.
I know. I love Daddy's Dogs.
I
They
remember-
have the best corn dog. Do you like corn dogs?
Fried cornbread over a wiener.
Ever
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Tom won you over. He's like,
"You should
baby, I'm just built different. You wouldn't understand. And then you did understand.
You like fried cornbread?
Yeah.
I was trying to say hot dog, but wiener just came out.
Yeah.
The last Daddy's dog I had was at that golf tournament.
Yeah.
It was so delicious.
I know, dude. But yeah, they're seriously the best corn dog I've ever had. And like a lot of people talk about the Disneyland corn dog being so good, and it is really good, but like Daddy's Dogs, man, you can only get it at that location too, at the at the flagship location here.
He's about to open up one right near me. In East Nashville.
Are you
kind of
in
near
Madison?
Madison?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Madison and Franklin. He's opening 2 more.
Oh, man. I think we should go work there.
He has 5 inside of Nissan Stadium.
Yeah. Shout out to Daddy's Dog.
Yeah, we love Sean.
If you're on Broadway and you need a good hot dog
Printer's
after
Alley.
night out. Mm-hmm. One time I dropped a Daddy Dog on the ground and I still ate it because it's that good.
I know.
Whatever.
One time, my friend took me there after we went out because I don't, you know, when you live here, you don't want to go to Broadway really. But I did go out with him and I made him buy me 2 hot dogs and I ate both of them. And actually I got a 3rd hot dog on the way back to my car at one of the other knockoff hot dog stands.
Where did we go? It was me. Anna was with us at one point. Oh, it was after that show we had at the Virgin Hotel.
Yeah.
And you took a video of Courtney eating a hot dog.
Oh yeah,
dude, I do.
Funny. I take so many first time people to Daddy's Dogs, and I always sneakily take their first bite of the hot because I think it's the funniest collection to have.
It really is good.
Like it's just people just getting down on a hot dog. It's
if you come to Nashville, you have to go to Daddy's Dogs.
Yeah, Daddy's Dogs is actually I didn't even know this yesterday. So I was talking to Sean, and somebody came up on the as we're talking because he's like a local celebrity, and he's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, man." And the guy was like, "I saw you on what's that? Somebody Feed Phil." He was on. They were on that. I was like,
really?
"Oh, you were on the Phil Rosenthal." He's like,
from a long time ago.
No, like I think the last season. He's like, "Yeah, we were the cover on Netflix." Like Daddy's. I just didn't even know that. Their dog of the month right now is so good. I just had it yesterday. It's a hot dog with nacho cheese, jalapeno, hot Cheetos on top, some sour cream. Oh man. It's Cojita cheese.
If men's wieners came like that at all times,
man, you'd have a mouthful.
Do you remember when Daddy's Dog followed me on Instagram finally, and I messaged you and I was
like,
I made it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. What time do we have?
I love Daddy. We have 2 minutes.
I think we can do this one really quick because this is a hill I also will die on. Backing into spots is unnecessary and completely unreasonable 99.9% of the time.
No, I'm with you on that. People love to do it here too.
Yes.
People love to do it. So yesterday, because I'm in PT, I was going out of the parking garage.
Yeah.
And so there is a line of 20 cars around the parking lot, looping around because some guy just can't get it right. He can't get he's trying to back his big truck into a tiny parking garage space and he just can't. And I'm like, man, you know that nice truck has a backup camera on it.
Yeah.
Just do that. Because you think you're going to have to run out of here and escape that quickly? Oh no, they're trying to give me a vaccine. I got to get out of here.
Oh no. I think the only reason that's reasonable to do it is if you're at a sporting event, and getting out of the parking garage is kind of hard. I don't back into parking spots because I'm not a douchebag, but just don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, people insist on doing it all the time as if quick exits are often needed. And I'm like, man, if you need to exit that quickly, it's already done. Yeah. It's already over.
And we'll share some of these too on our Instagram, which by the way, we hit 106 followers.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys.
And we'll get everybody's opinion.
Yeah. we're going to share them all anonymously though.
Yeah. We'll never call anybody out except for Tiffany. She's the one that said Taylor Swift isn't a great singer.
Oh yeah. And except for that one girl who didn't believe in the...
Wait. What's a hill you would die on? Your friend said Hamburger Hill, most likely.
Yeah.
Let's see if anybody said any more icks real quick before we move on.
Because
before we started the podcast, I put on my Instagram, what are some of your icks? There's a guy on TikTok that keeps a list of people who talk about icks. It's so funny. Let's see here. Loud chewing or act cocky and arrogant. So this guy hates me. Oh, people who stand up the second the plane lands. I will say that.
Yeah.
That makes me angry for no reason.
Dude. Truthfully, flying just brings out really bad colors in a lot of people because it's such a stressful experience.
Flying and driving.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know. Yeah, people, the road rage stuff is
Yeah, I was driving home from the Preds game the other night, and we were on Ellington, and this truck was coming over into my lane. You could tell they were texting and driving.
Yeah.
And he was going in my lane, almost hit me. So I laid on my horn and slammed on my brakes. And whoever was in the passenger seat put his hand out the window, just flicking me off.
Yeah. Flicking you off?
Flicking me off like this.
Flipping you off.
Flicking.
It's flipping.
Is it?
Yeah.
Flick me off?
No, I flipped that person off.
It's not flicking?
It's not flicking. No, you
You're
really
not flicking your finger
No,
up?
you thought it was flicking?
Yeah.
I'm flicking the bird.
I'm flipping the bird, yeah, but
No, you
flicking...
flick the bean, you flip the bird.
No.
No. Yeah, you just found this out right
flicking.
now.
Oh my gosh.
You dumbass.
Wait. Oh, it is flip. Oh no. Oh wait, but this one says, what does flicking people off mean? Verb, flipped off, flipping.
Have you ever heard of confirmation bias? How
Is
you can
flipping me off, is it flipping me off or flicking me off? The phrase flip someone off is commonly used and accepted, is accepted than flick someone off. So it's not accepted.
No, they just said it in a nicer way. You like my thing was I was like, you flick the bean, but you flip the bird.
Remember when I said that?
remember 5 seconds ago when I said that? I think you missed it.
Look at the Urban Dictionary. Flick off. Person 1. I flicked off Bill today. Person 2. It's flip off, you fuckwit.
I like the actual definition is flick off, the incorrect way of saying flip off.
Oh, nobody's ever corrected me on that.
Wow.
I've gone my whole life.
Wow. Well, people are just like, oh, she's special. You know?
I am.
She's flicking special.
It's like JoJo Siwa being like, I never F around.
Yeah.
I keep bringing her up, but she's like implanted in my brain.
When you are making pancakes, do you flick them over or do you...
That's different. I thought it was
my
flick.
ex-boyfriend almost flicked my Jeep Wrangler.
Look, but it's like you're flicking your finger up.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Or it flips up, you know?
Yeah, but flick.
Flick, flip.
How do you
That's
flip people
funny.
off? Do you do this? I'm sorry.
I don't-
How do you flip people off?
I don't
Do you do
really
this?
flip people off.
What is happening?
Yeah, I do the shocker. Is what I do. No, I that would be my flip off. How are you? Some people are like really engaged. Like it almost looks like art the way they flip people off. You know, like Eminem has a really good. Have you ever seen a picture of Eminem flipping somebody off?
No. Show me.
He just like his middle finger is great. Like the way he.
It's majestic.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash had a good one too.
Yeah.
Flip people off. I'm going to let everybody know that it is actually flip people off, not flick people off.
That's a good.
Oh, that is a
that's
good
a
one.
good
It's
middle
almost like a
finger.
gang
Yeah.
sign.
Right. Yeah. Like that's.
Yeah, that's good. How does he get both of his fingers up? Look, I can't. Look.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Wait. How does he do that? There we go. Eminem.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a really good one.
Johnny Cash.
That one hits.
I know. I love. Have you seen like? There's a lot of those TikToks of like little kids or whatever. Like they'll get like. They're like their uncle will like actually hurt him or whatever, and like the mom will be turned around, and the little kid will be like,
Yeah. Kids are hilarious.
yeah, they are.
There's one this morning of a girl being like, my daughter has been learning her colors, and she points to a book and she's
Yeah.
like, what color is this? And it's pink. And the little kid goes, fuck. And she goes, what?
Yeah. Some of the kids that Courtney used to watch in Orange County, they loved construction workers and trashmen and like all the things with trucks
Yeah.
or whatever. But they're little kids, they can't say it. They're like Like, Mom, we want to go see the fucking workers. And then every trash person, their trash person was bald. So every trash person was Baldo. We want to see Baldo.
Lynx, we grew up in Atlanta, so we liked the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah. And when the
Dirty
Falcons,
Birds.
Went to the Super Bowl, my nephew couldn't say Falcons. He'd go, go Falcons. It was so cute. And all of us are like, oh, say it again. Falcons.
Yeah, little kids cursing is hilarious.
It really is.
It scratches an itch in the brain. I
love it.
Oh, well, I hope you're blessed with quadruplets.
Why would you wish that upon me?
I feel like
why would
you would carry it really well. So.
Yeah, I would. I look like Pearl from SpongeBob.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Bless. No, I don't want quadruplets. I would like one or two.
I think you have the birthing hips for it.
My God. I'm adding this to the minute of you bullying me. My hips don't lie, though.
Yeah, but my knees do.
Yeah, your knees do.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also, I want to say thank you to Good Company Studios, where we're recording our podcast right now. And this has been a lot of fun. I am Josh Dell, and my Instagram handle is @JoshDell with one L. And who are you, Brailey Linderman?
I am Brailey Linderman, and my Instagram is @BraileyLindermanMusic. But
she's so much more than that.
I'm so much more than that. We did start an actual Instagram, so go check us out. It's
OGPNAP.
Yeah, thank you. Oh God,
please not another podcast.
Yeah, and
it looks great on a hat. I already started designing some merch.
You know what? I think we should do a giveaway every 100 followers we get.
Okay. So, what do we want to give away? Naming rights
dog?
to your firstborn? That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually have a buddy who named his kids Machete and Rambo.
Oh my God. Okay.
But his wife had a problem with it, so now they're their middle names, but he still calls them Machete and Rambo.
Oh my goodness gracious. Some parents.
Shout out Sam Gallagher.
Sam.
Sammy Hammersticks, baby.
But please go follow us.
He's legally changing his name to Sammy Pesto.
Oh my God. Who are your friends?
You know me, and you know that makes sense.
That does make sense. That does. But y'all go follow us on Instagram, leave some comments, have a like. We'll add some more prompt questions for you and answer them to your best ability.
Yeah. And I want to print a hat and maybe a crew neck sweater.
Oh, a crew neck.
Yeah. I like crew neck sweaters.
And you can just have on the back of it, like, say something.
I was going to only do just text on the front because it's going to be a lot cheaper that way.
Oh, I was going to say you could have something like, well, now I know what to buy my grandma.
Oh, yeah.
Just a quote.
A quote, yeah.
Yeah, but this has been fun. Episode 4. Thanks for staying with us. We're getting
a little better at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day we're actually going to print out a sheet of paper and we're going to have things.
I did do a little pre-planning.
You did.
I did. All right.
I do like pre-production.
We love you guys.
Thank you so much. And
eat ass.
We'll see you on episode 5. Thanks.
Oh, God. Please, not another podcast.
Yep.